Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next step in the celebrations of Elmwood Productions. I'm John Bristol, and tonight we'll be watching The Vampire with
Jim Williams. I wrote a couple, I directed a couple, I played Mom and Dracula and other various sundry characters.
All right, and
Russ Bird. Hey, I can't believe it's 20 years of Elmwood Productions.
Right.
But it's been pretty crazy.
And it's Pete. Pete
From
Luco.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And or Tricky if you're my friend. 20 years. It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Do you remember when we were young? Do you remember when we were young? Because I vaguely remember. When
I have fond memories of being young.
Oh, what I remember is fond. It's just what I remember is rather incomplete.
You got to figure. We figured the last episode we shot of Steve was in 2012, so it's been 9 years since we've made any Steve.
Holy shit!
So tonight we're gonna be watching all 12 episodes, which is fun. Did I say 10 before? It's 12 episodes.
Can I assume that this is not a PG stream?
No, it's not. No.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way, but
You can say fuck.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there
Just
it is.
you.
Yeah,
you
only
can
you.
say fuck.
Just
Right,
me.
right.
You know, did you? I know some of you guys watched the Josh and Todd one we did last month.
Oh yeah.
There was colorful language there, so we even censored a few things. So we might end up doing that tonight. We'll see how it goes.
My safe word is come. So
Mine is jihad. Welcome to Elmwood Productions. All right, what have you guys been up to the past few years? Because everything going on. Anybody everything they want to share?
I had a about I don't know right before the pandemic, about almost 2.5 years ago. We had a baby.
Nice.
So he's
So
like
did Russ. Was
2
5 years
now.
ago, though.
I
Yeah.
think Russ's boy's a grown ass man now. So
And Tricky's got 3 teenagers.
Pete's got adults.
yeah,
I know.
picture that one.
Yeah.
I don't know who decided to give me 13-year-old.
Right?
I don't know how you survive, Pete.
I do.
I don't. I have a great deal of admiration for you.
There's 3 letters, PBR.
Ah, no
I
shit.
The
survived.
former official sponsor of Steve the
Steve the Vampire.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not drinking that tonight.
We went
though.
through some serious tall cans.
We went through a lot. Yes. Thank
Well,
you,
if I recall, the night before the premiere, there was a pallet of beer.
There was
Literally
a
a
pallet.
pallet. And then the guy
There was a
back
pallet
before
of beer, and
Tall
by the
boys.
time, of tall boys, and by the time the event started, were we 2 cases shy?
Probably. Because then we were giving them to everybody who was there. That was
Yeah, no, but before we started, the Friday night when we were setting up, we drank an awful lot of beer.
No, we didn't drink that much though. There was still plenty left.
Oh my God, there was so much left. It was a pallet of beer, something like 8 cases.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, so thank you PBR for those good old days, which led to lots of sponsorships for Risley Brothers. So that was
Wow.
So yeah, here we go though.
I have not seen these in quite a while. So
That's
it's gonna be
awesome.
No, neither have I.
It's going to be a treat for everyone.
Yeah, I've never seen them all together. Like,
Yeah, I have because I put this together the other day and made sure it played right.
I think we only did we screen them all
At Paris.
It was at Paris. We screened them all at once. Yeah.
Yep, that was the premiere. Yeah.
What did we screen at Gen Con? What was that?
Gen Con was like most of Gamers and a few episodes, like a Best of Steve.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was like an episode. We do 2 episodes of Gamers, an episode of Steve, 2 episodes of Gamers.
Oh, we did.
That's right.
Fox
Yeah.
as well.
That was at
Connecticut.
Connecticut, yep.
Yeah.
Connecticut, we did Josh and Todd. We did Steve at Gen Con as well, didn't we? Or did we do like a best of? I don't remember. Or
We did episodes of Steve at Gen Con, and I think it's exactly what we did. We did like a couple episodes of Gamers, did a Steve break at Connecticut. We did a
Steve's, not all of them because they weren't done yet.
Yeah, no, at Connecticut we did Gamers and Steve as well. Yeah.
Okay, and Josh and Todd.
Oh yes.
Only screening I didn't make it to was that in our history.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And there will be another screening of this soon, hopefully.
Of Steve?
What?
Of this? Where?
Wasn't screen? Oh no. What were we showing?
Head.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Head
That's
is
one that keeps getting bumped
keeps
back.
getting bumped back.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, Head will be screening in October in Hartford. We're lining up if we're not, we're lining up a local drive-in theater to do it at instead.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that'll be fun. Never done that before, so.
See, it's a good thing.
And by drive-in theater, what John means is they're going to put up a sheet on the side of his house.
Yeah,
and we're all just going to. Everyone's going to bring a lawn chair.
If it comes to that, it'll probably happen.
This past October, we set up the projector and screen in my backyard, the Elmwood crew, and we watched Phantasm.
Jesus Christ!
But our pre-show was the live Oingo Boingo DVD.
Nice.
We had that.
Wow.
3 hours beforehand, and then we drank and watched Phantasm. It was pretty fun during COVID with the fire pit and the grill going at like midnight. It was fun.
It was good.
It was a good time. Anyways, shall we start Steve the Vampire?
So absolutely.
Are you guys ready? All right.
Wait, we're sure we don't want to change the name to Fred the Vampire, right?
We got time. We can start right now.
All right.
Starting. So originally, Russ, when you came up with the idea for Steve, it was Dave the Vampire who lives with his mom. That was the full title.
Is that what it was? Yeah, it was. It had to be like a really generic name.
And I was like, I don't like the name Dave. Like that doesn't work for me. And you went, fine, Steven. And that was it.
He was born.
Yeah. All right.
This is the whole original idea. The opening.
So this first episode still has some of the most dynamic shooting we ever did.
Well, for that period, for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. For this series is what I mean.
Oh yeah, it's like Scorsese shit.
Yeah, well, that opening shot, the whole idea I had, and after that, I just kind of winged it.
Yeah.
It was like, I want this shot.
And we did that with like a barn door and a light, didn't we?
That was Tricky's basement. That was Rock's.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean the opening door effect. We didn't just do with the light.
The barn door on the light. Okay.
Yeah, on the light.
I don't remember.
I remember that.
I don't remember a lot of this episode because I had such bad food poisoning. I was.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
The things
So
shit. You would have touched it.
when we first originally read the script for this, John wanted the voice of Mom to be like all kind of weak and old and sweet old lady. And I didn't get that note until afterwards, and I did this ridiculous voice, and John was like, well, this is what it was supposed to be, but that was hysterical, so keep fucking doing that. I'm like, oh, okay.
So just so you know who's who here, I'm playing Steve, which we didn't talk about yet. Vicky the victim. Tricky Pete is puppeteering her, but his wife Michelle's doing the voice in an overdub.
Yep.
And Jim, as we mentioned, is playing Steve's mom. And Russ was shooting and directing this one. Pete and I went to see Mission Impossible 3 the night before.
Yes.
And it was so shitty that he got food poisoning.
And we went to Starbucks. I'm not blaming Starbucks. And they gave us free cookies, and I got food poisoning from the cookie. And I woke up the next morning in such bad shape, but we did it. We pulled it off.
You were super sick. You were like laying on the floor.
Yeah, I was.
He didn't get up. Yeah. He didn't get up the entire time. He got up like a couple times to use the John, and that was it.
When I got there that morning, I must have used your bathroom like 10 times before we even got there. Nothing left by the time we started shooting.
Just destroyed it.
I'm just being honest.
We were just worried about the PG. I wrecked your bathroom.
I remember Michelle was worried about me. She's like, drink all the bottled water in the house, drink all the Gatorade, do what you have to do. I don't want you dying.
Yep.
The shot on the stairwell came out pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that held up.
This whole set was just fake. Like this was Tricky's basement, and we had a table with blankets and a pillow on it. We had whatever it was hung up to look like his room.
Thong.
Jamie made the thong. Jim's wife.
Yeah. My wife made the thong.
And Liz made the mom puppet. Russ.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
And this is before we did the kind of I think you had to redo the eyes for
We
some
redid the eyes
reason.
and the glasses. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that because of that hairdo, man. That puppet's head was so heavy.
Not to mention the boobs Liz put on it.
Yeah, Liz put boobs on it that were
She
down to
just
the.
made it. I don't think it was like purposely for this.
No. Oh, okay.
I can't recall.
I feel like it was for. Like she asked if she could make the mom puppet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember.
And she made like tubular boobs.
Yeah. They were like this
Oh, the
cylinder
cart.
thing. Around episode
this.
2.
That was right up here.
That's right here. Yeah, right
Oh,
here
I
in
totally forgot about
Forestville.
this.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's yep. I was gonna say it's down the street from my house, but it's also down the street from John's house now. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Trader Joe's. Yeah, Trader Joe's in West Hartford now.
Yeah.
And there's Liz in the background, a little Easter egg.
A
Yeah.
cameo
Yeah.
there.
The Morris Day Employee of the Month thing started. I think I still have that.
That's still hung up in the studio.
Yeah, I made that at work.
Yeah.
I made that at work.
Is that hanging up in the studio?
Yes.
I printed it on my home printer, but I made that at work because I was
Nice.
bored. And because you had made a joke about
And the old
You made
stuff,
it-
we always had that picture of Morris Day on his desk.
right. So yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and this is Pete playing Mr. Green.
Or-
yep.
Voice this time, not letting somebody dub it. So
Yeah, yeah.
that puppet was based on the manager of that Trader Joe's at the time because he was letting us shoot there. So we made the puppet look like him and then gave it to him afterwards as like a thank you.
This shot's pretty good too.
Yeah,
Go back on. Like, this looks pretty good.
it's funny. Years later, I worked at the store, and this little area doesn't exist anymore. When I worked there, that room.
Kermit reference. There.
Yeah. Me. This episode is not written by any of us. This was written by a guy named Chris, who wrote a bunch of stuff for us off and on.
Oh, this was Chris's first one?
Yeah, this is the first thing he really did for us.
I love this Scorsese-esque follow shot.
Weren't you like sitting on a cart? And, like,
Something that was
pulling it?
rolling. Yeah. We were on like a skateboard or rolling.
I think it was a grocery cart.
Yeah,
One of
oh, yeah,
the
that's probably
shopping
what it was,
carts,
yeah. Well, you were duck walking, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
That's my clock. It's still in my living room.
that was yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still
Yeah.
in my living room.
I thought that was at the store.
No, we added it in afterwards.
Calvo.
Calvo. Oh, look! I didn't remember that there was a cameo from Plink.
Link, yeah. Another Liz puppet in the background too.
Yeah, the dread.
So this was a genius shot.
see my
This black and white thing, though.
You could see my shoe for a second.
There was
though.
a
That's
reason
fine.
we changed it to black and white. I don't know, like
Because we wanted a transition, and
Yeah, I think that's
you
what it
had
was.
the idea of doing like
A security
you had the
camera.
idea of doing security footage.
yeah.
But we didn't really know how to put anything in. So like, okay, well, let's just make it black and white and see what happens, and it looked perfect.
Yeah. Joe was great in this though. What a good sport.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe's great in whatever he does.
And then he came back and did more and more.
Who made the garlic soda?
Jim made all the garlic products, right?
Yeah, I made all the garlic products. Yeah.
Did you ever drink that garlic soda?
No, it was water with green food coloring. I just dumped it out when we were
Wait, there's
done.
no such thing as garlic soda?
Sorry. I don't mean to.
We got
ruin your
lucky
world.
here because the reflection would have shown us if it wasn't for those shopping carts.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
It hit
It's
us.
in here, yeah.
Not those kind of steaks, Steven.
Yeah.
It's been a long time I've seen them, but
Spiky kind.
And it's funny, we look at this like this is shot really well. Things just get more dynamic from here.
There's a couple where they don't.
Oh wait, can you kind of see somebody in
True.
the corner over there?
What was
that's what I'm
that?
saying. Like,
Can you see
I've never
the
seen-
camera in the corner there?
Wonderful smell.
Is it the camera? I don't
Our
know.
upper left-hand corner is that?
Probably. Hold on. We have your faces on the upper. Yeah, that's the camera. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. You're blocking it.
We had your image over it. Here comes Johnny. Oh, there's me. I don't know where that either.
Where-
The old chin strap.
Johnny.
There's Johnny. Maybe I'll bring the chin strap back for 2021 in honor of our 2021.
Is this the
the
shoplifting?
Yeah, I'm shoplifting. For years afterwards, people would be like, I want to be a pineapple engineer. That's the credit that we gave at the end of the episode.
Well,
Yeah.
my wife for the first episode got thong
Same
stylist.
Yep. Thong
Pineapple.
shots. Yeah. If you, not all the credits are on these. Obviously, we cut them for this tonight. But if you watch all the episodes individually on YouTube, there's a playlist. It'll be linked below. You can see the credits for every episode, and everyone gets their due. Look at the neck on that puppet.
Oh, I know. It's just sky.
That was not prepped properly.
It was late when we started, man. Let alone
Yeah, we had to wait till the store was closed. So it was
Yeah,
after
yeah.
11 by the time we started.
It was always get the shot ready and then do it quick.
Yeah, we didn't want to be in their way. They were
So-
letting us be in their spot. And,
Oh yeah, they were still stocking shelves around us.
yeah, they did overnights. Yeah, there it is.
yes.
Ooh, that was Russ's car. Wasn't
Yes, it was.
Took one for the team.
it? Yeah. He looks good in blue.
So that was what that was. I had an old bullshit portable TV. I'm pretty sure that was
Yeah,
mine.
that's what it was. Yeah, it was in your living room. We did
This is
this.
good too. Yeah, I always wanted to like to start dark and then like then reveal the comicness of it.
So when you guys so we're here for our 20th anniversary and everything too. Like when you guys first hey, you guys want to be part of Elmwood Productions. What went through your minds? Like, and it wasn't even a thing yet, really. But like, I'll ask Russ.
Well, it was
first.
just so weird because I had an interest in puppetry.
Yeah.
I had thought about going to UConn for puppetry, and then I kind of gave it all up, and then like you and you said, "Hey, I want to do some puppetry," and so it was kind of came back together.
And like you, me, and
So I
Jim
think
all
so.
met at Borders, working at Borders together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no interest in puppetry. In doing puppetry, I loved puppets. I loved puppet movies. I loved the Muppets. I loved the art form. I had a background in the theater and had kind of walked away half embittered. So it was a nice idea to have something to do as a creative outlet. And, these were my fairly new friends and thought it might be fun to do. And it was. I had a blast.
And Tricky, how about you? I mean, because we were doing creative stuff before Elmwood.
Right.
You came up with the name Elmwood Productions. So we'll get that on record. But.
Yeah. Because since we've been together since the 5th grade, I was like, "You're into it, I'm into it. Let's do this."
Let's do this.
And,
Cool.
It's like Jim said, it's an awesome creative outlet.
Yeah.
It's a good break from the monotony of the day to do something creative.
And silly.
20 years later, we have a film on Amazon,
Yeah.
and our
Watch
name
Head.
is
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, and we have
So-
multiple awards and
For me, that's a bucket list. you
yeah,
know?
yeah. You have an IMDb page. We
Yeah.
all have IMDb pages.
We made a feature-length film, and it's on Amazon. I'm like, look at that.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on Tubi. It's on
Yeah, multiple places. Yeah,
what
just
else? Apple TV. It's on YouTube now. Yeah,
Legitimate streaming services.
Yeah. Netflix won't touch it, which is great. But here we are watching Steve. Yeah, I love this episode. We shot this one like 1.5 times, didn't we?
Yeah,
I feel like we did. I feel
2
like
nights in a row. We went
redid
back
it
and
or
reshot.
something.
I wrote
Why?
this one,
It
didn't
was-
I?
I know it was better the second time. It always
Yeah,
is.
it always
Did I write this one, John? I think I
You
wrote
wrote this one, and then the second night, I remember this vividly. The second night when we were reshooting, you and I were adding stuff together.
Well, we kept it. Yeah, we started just adding
It wasn't
because
even improv. We were just writing
Right.
the scenes.
I
Yeah.
think we had
Right.
trouble with this scene.
It was this whole conversation we had to reshoot.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
reshot this, and it came out 100 times better.
And
Yeah.
There's another one where Tricky's playing the girl.
I think one of the things that didn't work about this scene originally was that the first time we shot it, I think we were trying to do a different shot. The lines we needed to work. You were trying to shoot from a different angle because you didn't want it to be too stagey. But then when you set it up, because you set it up in front of the railing like that, this is my house, in front of the railing like that, and you're like, oh, that actually looks pretty good. And it wasn't too stagey. It looked pretty good. So, but I remember the first time we did it, it just didn't look good at all. And you were getting frustrated because the shot wasn't lining
It was
up.
too
So.
dark too. I feel like the lighting was off.
I think it was too dark. I think it was. Oh, I still have that coffee maker. I don't use it anymore. Oh, look at my dirty
Oh,
floor.
mine died.
I just got a new one because mine died. I'm on my 5th one in 10 years.
It's more quickly, isn't it?
And that's the most clean that fireplace has ever gotten.
Nice.
Awesome, Simon Sinister.
2:11. 2:11. Look at the time.
It was 2:11 a.m.
It was not 2:11 p.m.
No, it was 2:11 a.m. Yeah, Simon Sinister was like our soundtrack for a lot of this stuff back then.
Yep.
I was just talking with Shane not that long ago, the main guy of Simon Sinister. He's gonna do some new music for us.
I
So
mean to contact him.
he had an idea for a song about some of our characters. I'm like, yeah, and we're gonna do some more stuff. But this episode, Tricky again plays the girl at the end, and it ends up being Liz who does the voice of her words. So he was our utility character.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But yeah,
Like, she was around while we were editing.
yeah, she was at when you were editing it. She was home. Yeah. And she built the puppet too, not just the mom, but the girl who shows up.
By the way, just to call back to our last celebration, the Josh and Todd celebration.
Yeah.
If anybody wants them, I have all of the original tapes.
I would love them actually.
In fact, I have a lot of
I
tapes.
had a bunch of tapes.
I've been archiving stuff digitally, so I'd love to have
I
them.
have a lot of tapes, so
I'll take them all.
I will go through what I have
Thank you.
and get them to you. Because I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I have them. I know where they are, so like I have them all. So
Yeah.
when you mentioned that,
She's a very nice girl.
that's exciting.
Just misunderstood.
That is exciting. Look at that. Look at
That's,
Steve and his
this is
mom.
where she had the new glasses.
She has the new glasses, but the
Glasses,
old
but then
eyes
the
still.
eyes change later too.
The reason the eyes changed is because they started falling out.
Yeah.
Bianca.
Cataracts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, really. Well, it's because they were plug beads. They were little black plugs, and just from moving up and down a lot.
Yeah.
We have 4 or 5 puppets in the
Nice.
house in a box somewhere.
I took Steve out last year at one point, and he is just disintegrating. He was all yellow, like they're.
You never made a new one, did you?
I have a new Steve. I made 2 different Steves. One looked a little older, and I wasn't happy with it. New one, which we have some plans for Steve later in the year. So that's all.
That's
I'm gonna
tricky.
say right now.
Oh, that's right. That's
Keep
tricky.
driving.
That's tricky with the puppet on his lap.
Yep, that's your old car.
That's right.
Beginning of all of us buying Subarus, we all followed your lead.
Yeah.
About this. Are you sure there's no devil worship going on in there?
Now,
Right?
for people who are super into vampires, you're about to see a big vampire no-no in this episode. The next shot, really.
Dress up like a vampire.
But if you're really super into vampires, you'll know we're actually right too.
Yeah. So the story
You're gonna
with
see
this
his
one is
reflection in a minute.
the story with this one is we shot this completely, and then this is a complete reshoot.
Yeah, well, we didn't have this beginning originally too. We added this.
I thought this beginning.
I just like the shot because it was dynamic. I didn't.
Yeah,
Did it
but if you look at real vampire lore,
Yeah.
they can see their reflections.
Of course, in real vampire lore, they can walk around in the sun in real vampire lore.
Yeah,
I think we decided that we were going to make our own rules. and
Oh, we
stuff.
made a
Steve
lot of
can't-
our own
can't do,
rules. Yeah, so
I thought
we shot this whole thing twice though. Yeah.
But I thought the thing with the car, I thought we shot that first. I thought we did shoot that in the beginning, and we shot this in the beginning, and this was the only
Like a
stuff we
parking lot in
used.
Bristol or something.
No,
Like,
this
it's
is a
completely
reshoot
different
here
night.
too.
This is a reshoot too.
The entire
Yeah.
LARP was a reshoot.
And the whole this might have been the same, but the entire LARP was a reshoot. Yeah,
The entire LARP, because we shot the LARP originally where we are right now.
yeah that's right. Yeah,
At the
part
Marcus
is all
White.
old. You're
Yeah.
right. Jim. This is all from the original version.
Because this was the Marcus. This is the Marcus White building at Central Connecticut State University,
Oh, yeah.
And the parking lot was one of the high schools in Plainville.
right? And we end up, and that's where we originally shot what comes next that we have since gotten rid of,
Oh, in this place.
Shot.
That's cool. That's right. Yeah.
because we shot
'Cause it was done.
the actual game portion
In
in Chris's basement.
the house he was renting. Gabe was here a couple weeks ago for
Was
the
he?
Josh and Todd thing.
That's a Gabe.
Have you watched the Josh and Todd commentary thing yet? That's with me and Gabe introducing it, and then
Oh, okay.
Josh A doing a performance of the same songs he played.
Oh
that
yeah,
night.
yeah, the thing you were recording last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
smoke
that's my-
trick here.
That's my junior investiture cross from Northwest Catholic High School.
Nice.
Gabe was so good here, though. And the smoke was Calvo blowing smoke as it's from a cigarette.
From a cigarette. Yep.
Calvo was a chain smoker back then. I still have that Vampire LARP sign somewhere.
And that's Stacy from Josh and Todd.
It is. Yep. It is.
Who's also Calvo's sister.
Yep.
So, full disclosure, a bunch of these people are from a vampire live-action role-playing game that I used to play, or a couple of them are, and then a couple of them are people.
Well, that was where the idea for the script came
That's
from,
right.
right?
The CCSU one.
Yeah.
Hell, so we reshot it in the basement.
Yeah, made it look more stereotypical.
Yeah. We built the lighting a little better.
My name's Adam. I'm the game master here.
We had a good time with this one.
Yeah.
This reshoot was like a year or so after the first version, too.
It was, and this
Great.
reshoot took almost no time at all. The original shoot took forever.
Oh, look at
we
Steve. He's about to just eat her alive.
We did this shoot, like I remember we did this shoot in like
It was like 3 hours.
3 or 4 hours, yeah.
First, I want to thank you all for coming down to Vampire this evening.
This was a quick edit too.
Was it?
Everybody was a pretty good sport about coming down there and getting dressed up,
putting all that
hanging out with
makeup
us.
and everything.
Everyone had a blast. Yeah, everyone had
Jim
a
and I
blast.
were the only ones there not wearing some sort of crazy outfit.
Yep.
Because Jim was directing and I was Steve, so we were never on camera. But everybody else had to wear makeup and weird costumes.
Yeah.
Russ, did you shoot this?
Oh, you wear very little. That was the joke. That's coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
I know it's in there somewhere.
You're gonna see yourself pretty soon with no shirt on and like a chain around your neck.
That's right. Yes, you're very like,
You know what's great though? I think back
Goth
to the
twink.
Steve stuff. I think about the Steve stuff, and we would just like, all right, we're gonna make another Steve episode now, and we just like call people and email people and be like, hey, you want to be in a Steve episode? And
oh, they jump.
no, and so many people were just game to do it. Like this one. Yeah, I'll do it. This is Cassie Martin. She's worked with us a bunch.
Was this Cassie's first day?
This was her first official day with Elmwood. Yeah.
Did we go do Funk Fu right after this?
We did Funk Fu way after that because we went from that into we did the Funk Fu stuff after this though. Maybe
Because I thought Funk Fu was her
maybe
first
the
day.
same year. I don't remember. No, Funk Fu.
Because you know, Funk Fu was her first day.
Yeah, Funk Fu
because
was first.
you asked her to come and said, "Hey, you got any like White Snake type clothing?"
Yeah,
And
no,
she
that was
just
Josh
showed
Tanner
up.
actually asked her.
Yeah, and she just showed up in this like get up.
Yeah, Josh Tanner asked her to come for that, and then we brought her back for this.
Yeah,
A
or
bunch of stuff
something.
for us. She's done a bunch of
Or
puppetry
something.
stuff for us since. Yeah. Yeah.
That's Ashley. I haven't talked to Ashley in years. I don't know what happened to her.
I have no idea what happened to any of these people. The only person in that room besides us that I still talk to is I talk to Mindy once in a while. She's in there. Gabe once in a blue moon. But other gamer people, I have no idea. And Cassie, we see once in a while because she works with us still.
Somebody coming down and hanging out and doing this. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
You're doing it twice too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Steve. Pretending to be like me.
Oh, Steve.
Oh,
I just had a basic instinct moment.
right?
I know.
Never noticed that till like watching it on TV right now.
Right.
I love everyone's reactions to Steve.
Shane's got the best one.
Does he?
Shane has the best one. I understand, but still, Shane has the best one. You got it. Just when you see it, it's ridiculous.
I love
The least two tough guys in the world.
Yeah, I have that mask somewhere still.
That was yours?
Yeah.
Nice. I just thought that was at the house because Chris.
All right, here you go. Watch this.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
Shane's
I
reaction.
Oh, okay.
The two of them.
Oh my god. It's like a Pet Shop Boys music video. We just literally saw a Pet Shop Boys music video in 5 seconds.
In 5.5 seconds, right there. Yep.
Done puppets.
West End Puppets.
Yeah.
Tears for Fears. Oh. Great
Classic.
joke.
Classic.
Oh. This was such good times. Though.
And I think prop-wise, Chris had a lot of that stuff.
Well, Chris was a huge gamer, so this
Right,
was,
but like I think all that shit was Chris's.
yeah. So I believe he just brought all of his shit.
yeah, it
out.
was his basement,
Yeah, it was the basement. He was the place they were renting at the time. Yeah. Johnny Sojive was here, by the way. It's on the wall behind.
Yeah.
Notice that.
Yeah. This Johnny shows up everywhere eventually. Yeah. That's my handwriting too, I think.
It is. Wow, it's just boy, it's such a different period, and at least for me in my life. Just watching
This
this,
has got to
right
be like
now.
2008 or 9 here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
9. I'm gonna say this was 2009. Because we'd already shot Josh and Todd by the time we reshot this.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 2009. Yeah.
We were filming this when my coworkers were 8 years old. There I am.
Yep, with no shirt. There was Russ with no shirt for the
That's
hot
what I
second.
was in there for.
Yeah, that's what you were wearing all day though, which is weird. I don't.
So you just stayed like that. So.
And now we're back to 2006. So,
Yep.
So I just showed up.
different aspect ratio too.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's different.
Yeah,
there.
you can tell. You
I
can tell
noticed
what's
that.
the
It
old
squished
stuff.
a
Yeah.
little. Yeah. That's all right though. Independent filmmaking, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe we had to crack the shot a little or
Yeah.
something.
Independent filmmaking, ladies
We'd
and
have to go
gentlemen.
back and like adjust some stuff.
Yeah,
So.
that's what happens. No budget, micro budget filmmaking, weird things happen, and you do the best you can with it.
Sound effects.
Yeah, everybody dying.
Yeah.
I love making all the little sound effects clips.
Another one behind his computer.
Another one behind this one. Yeah, another one in the dark. You liked that shot, Russ?
It looks awesome.
It's how I wanted everyone to open. I wanted it to be real dark and spooky, and then immediately go to comic and silly.
Oh, a lot of them do. A lot of them do go that way.
It was just the whole premise behind
The show.
Yeah.
I just remember when we were in my studio making puppets, and you were like, I have an idea. And in the Plainville place, and you were like, Dave the vampire lives with his mom. And I'm like, I don't like Dave. And you're like, so okay, fine, Steve. And we like giggled, and I started doodling or something. And I'm like, what's the story though? Like, that is the story. He lives with his mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's it. And yeah, she drives him crazy. And that was the first episode. Like, that was all it was going to be. We wouldn't have been a series if Lemansky hadn't come up with the idea for the grocery store one.
Yeah, the whole idea was when he returned when he was still like a pimply teenager, and he never got cool.
Yep. And that was
his mom kept getting old and just didn't get the point.
Yep. And like, this is Mom's New Eyes.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a one-episode skit.
Yeah, it was gonna be a one-episode skit, and then Chris
remember we were putting together. We were thinking of doing anthologies.
Yeah.
We were thinking of doing skit anthologies, like Kentucky Fried Movie, Groove Tube.
What we're doing right now, which is funny. Yeah. The movie we're making right now is an anthology film.
And this was going to be just one of the things. And then, Chris, as you said, Chris came up with the grocery store one. And it's like, all right, well, if we're doing more than one, let's get, like, I got a bunch of stupid ideas. John's got a bunch of stupid
ideas. Like, we can do Steve and what?
Steve does this. Steve does that. Steve goes to the moon eventually. This is Gabe's basement of his parents' house. They had a bar built into it. Which is funny if you watch the Risley Brothers. That's physically the same bar, but in a building.
Hey, look, it's Mark Elsinger.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Who didn't shave with a seashell that day.
No, he did not. But he didn't pluck his eyebrows either.
No.
Yep.
I don't even remember this episode.
No, you shot this.
Yeah, you were there, dude.
I remember being in the room, but
yeah, there's like, it's funny when I was putting this together for us to watch. Like, I watched it through, and I'm like, we did that. Like, there's moments of I don't remember being there, and I obviously was.
Right.
Well, some episodes were a lot more labor intensive than others.
Yeah. But like, I don't remember this.
Okay, so this,
I don't even know where we shot it.
Okay, I do.
Yeah.
We did this separately. This was at Shane's apartment.
Was this part, or was this? I think this, because this, I don't think this
is it. This one?
It's this episode, but not this scene. I know that.
Well, this just might have been in Plainville.
We found it. It was like an apartment building.
Yeah, I think
anyone specific.
It was Shane's. It was Shane's when he was living.
Okay. Shane's we used for them entering the apartment at the end. Yeah, when he meets Ray.
I feel like this might be part of it too.
This might be there too. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was near that bar we used to go to.
It is.
See, I feel like this is right near Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, he was right near Central.
Well, he lived there too, though.
Yeah.
But and then so the puppetry here for Ophelia by two different puppeteers, depending on the scene. Shout outs. Right here, it's Kelly Osborne.
Yep.
Who worked with Elmwood a bunch. And then in the exterior shots, it was Rachel Lee.
Yeah, because
and Kelly played because we shot it in stages. In a couple episodes, and Rachel played Ophelia in a couple episodes, and they both moved away on us at different times. So we had to switch.
Yeah.
So then we dubbed the whole thing with our friend Steph Nagel. So I want to shout out to all three of them because they're all three on screen at some point.
Oh, yeah, she did all the vocals. Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she says hi. I hung out with her last night.
Oh, cool.
Hey, hey.
I met a bunch of people you'd get along with just fine a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, really. I'm a real vampire.
Yeah, so it was just kind of fun to have like all these different people play this one part in a way.
I like the little elf ears you've got popping out.
Yeah, thank you.
Of the hair. I always thought that was really cool.
I have no idea where that puppet is now. I'll have to dig it out. Find it.
Vampires? You've got it.
Yeah.
So are we like going to some rave club where bloodlight comes down from the sprinklers?
Oh man. Blade references.
You know, like a dozen vampires.
Steve shows his age.
Or some oh my god.
I don't think I wrote this one. Did I write this one or did Chris write this one?
Chris did. Chris only wrote one that we actually. Chris wrote two. He wrote the grocery store and the Hunt Harrison.
Yeah.
So you or I wrote this one. I think I wrote this one because I remember creating the Ray character. So either I wrote.
You wrote this one. You wrote this.
You wrote it. No, I think you wrote it, but we'd already come up with the idea for Ray.
Okay.
But he wasn't in an episode yet, so you worked him into the end.
Yeah. I just don't remember.
Because I wanted to make a puppet that looked like Tricky as a vampire.
Right.
And we called him Ray because everybody loves Raymond. Because I was like, that's Pete's fucking real life.
I just don't have any
memory.
I didn't really think. No, I don't think I.
Think about the spiky hair and everything.
That makes sense. That guy looks like me.
Yeah. That was me making a Pete vampire. Yeah.
He now has long, luxurious locks.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's wearing a denim shirt. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. Yeah, so Jim, I'm pretty sure you wrote the poll for this one.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I wrote a bunch. I don't remember them all.
Yeah.
You wrote a bunch. You don't remember them all.
Yeah, if you like I said, if you watch the episodes individually on YouTube, you'll see all the credits.
Yeah, the credits will tell you who did it.
Yeah. The credits at the end of this just say writers, and it has everybody's names. But, you know.
Hang out?
No, this is just
Yeah.
meets Ophelia and Ray.
Yeah.
Finally gets friends, or in Ray's case, a frenemy.
I think this is Gets a Girlfriend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Blind
called
date.
Goes on a blind date.
Gets an apartment was my favorite.
Yeah, because it's such a weird episode too.
I had a note
See, this one's
down somewhere, stuffed in a pocket of mine that just said, "Sexually excited by fire."
And you used it in the.
Someone was like, "Why the hell are you carrying that around?" I was like, "Oh, because it's an idea for a skit."
Yeah, this one we had to reshoot some of it, and I remember the day we went to reshoot on the rooftop, Shane couldn't make it. So Russ puppeteered Ray, and then you.
Oh, I did you do that?
Yeah, and then
Yep.
you took the audio from the previous version of it and laid it
Oh
over.
yeah.
It worked
Yep.
out almost perfectly, like just
Yeah.
pure luck. It was pure luck. Because the lighting was so off on the original one.
Look at me, I'm a puppeteer.
Yeah.
the lighting was off on the other one because it was still too early to shoot.
I just think we didn't know what we were doing.
No, the light it
No, yeah, we
hadn't gotten
started
dark
early.
enough.
It wasn't dark enough.
Yeah.
It hadn't gotten dark enough.
No, yeah, we reshot it. It came out way better.
It came out better
Yeah.
the second time, yeah.
Yep.
This is a fun episode. I wrote this one. I remember writing this one because I just had
You definitely did.
He needs to meet. I remember I was sitting in my bed.
Track, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, he needs to meet Dracula. That'd be funny if he met Dracula. But Dracula is as big of a nerd as he is, and no one believes him. And I just wrote it in one night, and what we shot was essentially the first draft. We shot
I
it
wish
later.
there are two things I wish about this. I wish that we had done the entrance that we had talked about with him, and we never did. We were going to do like a smoke entrance with him.
Oh yeah, we kind of did that when he exits.
We did that when he leaves, yeah.
And I wish he had a cape.
But we were doing more like hip modern Dracula.
Oh no, I get why he didn't have a cape.
Yeah.
I just wish he had a cape.
And we didn't want to do the count. We didn't want to do count block.
No, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all on IFC versions. They're on Shout Factory now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, unrelated. Yeah, I just watched it all.
Because I remember when we talked about it, you were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, so we're gonna do Dracula," and you're like, "Yeah, we don't want to do the Count or Count Blah." I said, "Oh, so am I just gonna give him a normal voice?" You're like, "No, you're gonna give him the Bella Fuck Lugosi voice." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's wearing Plink's costume, the original Plink Puppet's outfit.
Yep.
And that was on purpose.
I was like, "Yeah, I can do a regular Bella Lugosi accent. That's fine."
We were going with the kind of the Bela Lugosi as played by Martin.
Yeah. No, that's yes.
Yeah.
Nobody gives two fucks about Bella.
Yeah. And the fact that he just wants cheat codes for The Sims. You know?
And I feel like we didn't light this. We just did this under
we did this the
light.
the lamps.
There's the parking lot lamps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the parking garage
We just
lamps.
positioned them where the lighting worked.
This is the for those of you who go to things like Connecticut in Hartford, Connecticut. This is the parking garage at the
Sheraton
We
across
just
the
got
street.
drove in there and did it, right?
Yep, it was the parking
Convention Center or whatever.
Yeah, it was the parking garage of the Sheraton next to the convention center.
Yep. Yeah, we just drove up there and did it. I remember security drove by us a couple times, just like laughed and waved. They didn't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
We weren't causing trouble, and they knew it, so they were just like.
Yeah, I can't wait for someone to say something. But
tell
I
us to
have
stop.
noticed, and I remember Plainville Cop told me this when I called to do Josh and Todd to get the lockup, and I talked to the guy afterwards. He was like, he's like, I tell you, man, cop sees a bunch of guys with puppets and like, they're fucking harmless. It's fine. They got puppets, and they move
Little
on.
did they know.
He's like, you ever want to rob? He's like, you ever want to rob a bank? Walk into a bank with a fucking puppet. They'll never see it coming.
Now, unrelated to this show, when we shot Animal Behavior in 2016, Tricky was there. We were on the train tracks in Plainville, and we got raided by the police. They came with guns ready. So that's a whole other story for a different commentary. But that was great, yeah. But they ended up letting us keep filming. They were fine once they realized what was going on. But one of the cops was in full-on panic mode for a second. But that's the only time we've had a problem. This is the other episode.
Yeah, most times we just showed up with the films and
you could
this out.
You could tell this was a long time ago. My kitchen wasn't terrible yet. Now I got a 2-year-old, and he's just a fucking disaster.
I told you 100 times that I
Oh,
stay up
man.
late because I'm a vampire.
I still don't have any curtains on those windows.
Overrated.
Really pisses my neighbors off when I walk around bare ass cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Han?
Oh, man.
Han Solo? No, honey, Han Harrison.
Wonder if this was at 2:11 in the morning too.
I still got
The
some.
guy that you've been hanging out with after your Jesus Steven! Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
We love the Lord time.
Love the Lord.
One thing I like about the show is that the more as a performer, the further we got into it and made the episodes, I loosened up with Steve. I was so stuck in this idea of he's this teenager and he's nervous and he's awkward. And I love how by now he's being a smartass to his mom. It's not just in the writing; some of it was in the performance. Like
Absolutely.
He actually developed.
He evolves and
Yeah,
develops.
yeah.
That evolves into his.
You are so lucky that I TiVoed Battle.
Almost a
And I don't know if the character arc, at least to begin with, was necessarily intentional, but you definitely fell into it real well, and then it just kind of progressed.
Yeah, it wasn't until around this episode that we really started thinking about where are we going to go with him. Before that, it was all just skit heavy.
Yeah.
And then around here, it was like, all right, well, maybe he should move out. Maybe he should, become, join a vampire club. Maybe we should that. Maybe we should bring Joe back to hunt him some more. We didn't. Before it was just, I have an idea for an episode, and we just did it. Here's right around this episode, we really.
Wow, you see in the background there, my Hartford lanyard.
Wow.
No.
Yep.
Oh, now I see it hanging up on the keys. Okay.
Yep. That's my Hartford lanyard when I still
What's
worked
that?
at the Hartford. Yeah, I know. When we all still worked insurance. I always joked that was the scam that funded Elmwood Productions.
We printed so many scripts.
Holy shit. I spent so much work time. Like, the Josh and Todd rewrite
Was done there.
I would say 80% of it was done there.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. And I think I printed 10 scripts of that movie off of there, and that's a 70-page script, 75-page script. I do. Ridiculous.
So you think Steve's mom's boombox, all those CDs are just like gospel? Pop Christian music?
Either gospel or like contemporary Christian music.
Yeah, the pop Christian stuff. Yeah.
But also on the
And
bottom.
at least one Buble for sexy time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's like at least one on the bottom. Yeah.
And one John Williams' greatest hits.
Sure. Either that or like she has all this contemporary Christian rock and like in a panel underneath she's got like Cannibal Corpse CDs and or it's when she she's in the mood to say I'm sorry Jesus, so she has to go and listen to all this horrible music. Kind of like some weird masochistic thing. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Look at that crooked nose.
You threw him together quick though.
Oh yeah, I think I made him like in a couple hours, like the day before we shot.
Because we talked about doing it, and I said, "Do you have a puppet?" And you're like, "I have the beginning of a puppet." Next thing you know, here's the puppet.
Make a puppet into Han, yeah.
Like
That
I think you had a blank for him.
Probably already blank ready for something and just.
Yeah.
He's dead now. That puppet.
But no, you put a brow on him. You got good eyes on him. I'm like, he's a good-looking puppet.
We reused him for a short film called Christmas Wishes a couple years ago. And it was a horror short, and Han Harrison didn't survive.
Oh no.
It's on
Poor
YouTube,
Han.
ladies and gentlemen. Check it out.
Poor Han Harrison.
Yeah.
Try not to burn the place down while we're gone.
And Chris wrote this. Part of me thinks Chris just wrote this so he could play Han Harrison.
I'll buy that.
Discussion.
I'll buy
Chris
that.
Domansky, who wrote it, plays him, and I don't ever remember there being a discussion of who was going to play it. He was just, Chris is going to do it. It was either we made him do it because it was his idea, or he really wanted it. I don't remember which. But...
It might have been both. I mean,
Yeah.
Just hits his head.
And this is the therapy episode, I think.
Moon, yeah.
This, again, actually.
This fucking episode. You wrote this one, John.
I wrote this one, yeah, and this is Chris again playing. Now he's playing the therapist.
Reshoot.
And this was a two-shotter. Yep.
Yeah.
Shot this one twice.
I don't know how many of these we did.
Thanks for being able to see me this late.
This is another one of those where the first time shooting it was rough. It was really rough. Just the day was rough.
Right.
The day was rough.
Yeah.
And the second day, I think we did this on a weeknight.
Yeah.
John, I think we shot this on...
This is on a Monday or a Wednesday night.
It was like it was one Wednesday night, I think, and we were just like, wait, are we done?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're done. This was at your apartment.
Yep, my old apartment. This is the room the living room for Josh and Tommy.
Yep.
It's the same living room. It's the same couch. Different pillows, maybe. I don't even know.
Where to start? Well,
But Dr. Hovney makes another comeback. He's also an animal behavior in an episode.
Yep. Or at least if it's the one that I remember you writing.
Yeah, it's the same one. Mike played him in that episode, though.
Nice.
Updated. Different nose, different eyes, but yeah.
Look at those
There's
just
a reference
random...
that he smelled like dog.
Look at those random... Oh, that's right. He's turning into a werewolf. That's
Yeah.
right. I was like, why does he have those like random freaking sideburns? But that's right. Okay. I forgot
And
the
we
gag.
shot this... We started him as the werewolf and pulled the pieces off and shot it backwards. I don't know if you remember that. So we were struggling sometimes to figure out what piece should be on when as we take them off. Yeah. If I remember.
By the way,
Yeah,
yes.
right, yeah.
No, we did do that. You're absolutely right.
yeah,
we
yeah.
did not do that the first time.
That might be part of the problem then, yeah.
The whole thing, that
That
first
stupid
shoot,
wig on top of his head.
that first shoot, I just remember us leaving going, we're going to need to redo.
Sometimes things just don't flow, you know.
Well, and of course, always the eternal optimist. Russ is like, no, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. And then the next week, yeah, no, dude, we got to re-fucking do that.
Well, yeah, we were just trying to Ed Wood everything and just get it done, but it always looks way better the second time.
Hey, you know what though? I mean, there's no point in not giving the work you've done a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was going to say.
That's what he decides to move out.
Stepdad. Yeah. But that works too.
Like his use action to recommend he kills them, which is funny as hell.
Yeah.
We gotta do more werewolves in the future.
Which episode we did? What was the show? What was the skit? Was it Animal Behavior? The psychiatrist skit. The psychiatrist skit where at the end the psychiatrist shows up and says, "John, what are you doing here?"
That's Betty and Me.
That's Betty and Me.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. All right.
That was where the character came from, the Dr. Hovney.
Yeah,
I played
okay.
Dr. Hovney.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That was why we changed the puppet after we did him in this. But
Yeah.
it'll even made him look different. So every time you see Dr. Hovney, he looks different.
That was a good show.
And every time he's played by somebody else too.
Betty and Me was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was fun.
Mom, that's not my laundry.
Here comes like
There are a
What I also
couple.
love is when you're looking at the puppet now, you can it's starting to give out.
Oh, yeah. It was
The
fun.
Yeah.
beads are falling, and we never repaired it. We should have just
No.
fixed it, but we just kept
Just let it
going with
go.
it. I think part of me just feels like we had given up on this puppet around now.
What, the mom puppet?
Because the puppet, you hated it.
I did. I loved the way it looked. I loved the way it looked, but it was
The
really
arms were
hard.
like way too long.
Yeah. Well, we ended up shortening the arms, but
Yes.
yeah, no, you did. but because I asked you to.
Liz must have been.
No, I think you might. I mean, we told Liz we were going to do it, but I think you might have done
it
it.
did happen at some point.
Okay.
But
I remember putting that puppet on too and being like, wow, the balance was all off on it because of the giant boobs.
the thing about this puppet is this. I don't think this puppet was made for this. I think because I don't think this puppet was necessarily made to be performed.
Just to make it.
Make it all
Didn't
just-
she make
Yeah,
Something different. Yeah.
I don't think that this puppet was ever made to be performed.
Well, Steve was only made for one thing. And then
Right.
I rebuilt him after the first short. He got a whole new like body core and things
he's
like
got
that.
But she, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't like the puppet mostly because she was so heavy on top
Yeah.
that because she was so heavy, it was hard to stabilize it just so you could just move the jaw.
Yeah.
I could still do it, John.
But the yeah, but anyways, but it looked great on camera, and that's what it needed to do.
Yep, that's what mattered.
Camera puppets, like a lot of people get so caught up in like getting Antron Fleece or this and this, and they spend all this time making these great puppets that still don't look good on camera because they don't know what they're doing to make a puppet.
Right.
They get caught up in the materials. Don't get me wrong, I'm a material snob now, you know. But yeah, but at the same time, I'll always do what's going to look best on camera.
Yeah, but how many
Sometimes a puppet won't be comfortable, but it looks better. You know?
how many bullshit polar fleece puppets have you made before you started working with the real stuff?
Well, I started working the real stuff pretty early, but it was so expensive and we were so broke that I only used it for a while. Like Steve, like Ophelia, like Drac. You know, like they were all the higher end Antron fleece.
I'll tell you what, the good thing about the Antron, which would not have worked with other fleeces, is the fact that this undyed white
Spark
shoots so well.
And they don't make it anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Oh,
exist.
really?
Yeah, the mill, the fibers that were being made to make it don't exist anymore. There's some replacements that look pretty close though, but it's not.
But that white, I mean, look at how reflective it's
I have
not.
like 8 yards of it still though. So.
Yeah,
Like, that was-
a little hard to shoot at some point.
Yeah,
because
it wasn't dyed.
So white.
Yeah.
Like,
The lighting is tough on it. Yeah.
But still, it still drinks just enough for it's not impossible to shoot.
There was a gag here that we lost, unfortunately. It didn't work, I guess.
The superhuman strength
Steve's
gag?
bags are so heavy that he hands them to Ophelia and she like lifts them up like they're nothing and walks off because she's such a
oh
wuss.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We didn't use it, but it was in the script. Yeah, sometimes it was tough. Then she just throws it in the trunk. And it's on.
Yeah.
That's the last time we see him, right?
And last time we see Mom.
Oh, isn't it the last Mom episode too?
Because she
Yeah.
admits that he's a vampire.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, her arc is done now that she's
Forgot
aware.
about that.
Yeah. It was good that would be it because it was like she knows who he is and he's moving out. It's time for her to let him go.
Well, and the joke always was, and I think what made it funny was the fact that did she admit that he's a vampire, or
Yeah.
did she always just know and
I think
just?
she always just knew.
Yeah,
it was
that's what we
not.
always said was
Like
yeah.
every good overly religious Catholic mom, they don't want to admit when their kid's a bad kid.
We
But no, we shot this one night, the exteriors, and then another night we shot all the stuff inside.
Yeah, this was separate.
It was 2 separate days of shooting. But
So where was this shot? What is this?
This is the
Paris?
back deck of Paris and Plants.
Yeah.
That's that back door we used
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
were up in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Paris,
Cool
rest in
hangout.
peace, man. We talked about that in the Josh and Todd commentary. This was a great place that we got to shoot a lot of stuff at, do a lot of great events at.
You know, you think about it now. You think back about it now, and it's like, how fucking cool is it that we had an art gallery at our disposal?
At our disposal, and we had keys to it. We could do whatever we wanted there.
Oh yeah, no, it was awesome. We used that for a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, this is inside the gallery right here.
It's like, you know,
Whoa.
how many people can say like fucking?
Who is
Yeah,
this?
it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had. I mean, Rachel did a great job. Rachel, it was what? It was the 4 of us there that night. Shane.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Shane. He did a great job with that. I can't remember who else was there. Rick, I know you were there. Rachel's husband, Chris, he was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don.
Don.
Oh, yeah,
Don.
no, is it Don?
Don it to me one more time. This was fun. This was a fun one to do because everyone just kind of got to improv a little. That was you. That was Russ.
Yeah.
That's so tricky. I know you were there, but you didn't do any of the
I
puppets
don't
that
think
night.
so. I remember being there, but I don't think I did.
I don't think I did any puppets. I was
Yeah.
there, but I don't think I did any of the puppetry for it.
That's you.
Oh, is that me right there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Post-op transsexual. Yeah. That puppet's gone. The Doc.
Oh,
He's back too, which is great.
this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
We had a bunch of stuff pre-written, but it was so fun.
He's just, look at him. He's awesome.
Like she totally went with it.
Yeah.
Like, she had that puppet. I gave it to her before she moved. Wonder what she did with it.
The best lines are the ones that people just did on their own.
She keeps everything. I'll bet you she still has it.
Oh, I'm sure she has it. Yeah.
Sorry, sorry. The demon has a predominant place in my my updated office. That's happening.
Nice. Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Of course, you set them up all nice for me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Karate instructor at a homeless pizza parlor.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, this was just a fun. Hey, Mr.
Hey,
Universe.
Mr. Universe.
Have you ever killed a man?
I love the breaking the fourth wall.
We actually we did that a couple times in this series, but not many.
Steve would do it. Yeah. Oh my God, Rachel just went for it. Happens sometimes. That was the.
Just takes it and runs.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the philosophy that life ain't nothing but
Yeah.
Could I borrow
Yeah. So I remember we yeah, this was a long time ago now. This was 2010 or 11. This was being shot. 2011, I think we shot this one, or maybe it had to be 2011. Holy cow, And people still ask us about Steve if we're going to do more Steve episodes or bring Steve back for a movie or something. And so it's kind of says something really cool about the character that we created as a group. Like people are still interested. We haven't made anything new with him in 9 years, and people are still like, when do you do another Steve episode or another series of Steve? And it's like, really?
Yeah, this is fun. It's good to rewatch them. I forgot about a bunch of these lines and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of my favorites because we just let everyone just go nuts and we just used what worked in the editing.
Now we're back on the roof of that garage. This was a whole different day of shooting, though. We went back for this.
This was like a year later.
Yeah. This was
another summer.
I think it was winter by the time we were doing this, wasn't it? Or was it summer?
I feel like we did them both in the summer.
Because I feel like the last episode was winter. We shot that in January.
Holy shit! No kidding.
And this is the beginning of that episode because the last two episodes were one big episode.
So I was gonna say too far, right?
Because I remember that was Mike and Nick's first night.
Yeah, the last 2 days of shooting.
And I remember I spent almost
we might have shot these garage scenes earlier then. Yeah.
I remember spending most of my evening on the cold ground.
Outside.
On
the first night, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that. I don't know why we were trying to do. There was a specific shot we were trying to get.
Well, it was the trunk where he's getting out of the trunk.
It was, yeah, and it was right. It was right in front of Gabe's studio.
Back,
yeah.
But the stuff in the garage might have been shot in the earlier and like left.
I feel like that was shot in the summer.
And we sat on it then. Okay.
The hotel in the background.
Yeah. That was a great shot. Talk about luck with the moon like that.
Yeah.
And then this was all in January 2011. Oh, the way the garage pitched when you're driving up, so you went down.
The second wall where the ramp was. Yeah.
So this was all. Yep.
Oh God.
This is all now January 2011.
Yep.
12. This is all January 2012 right here. You're now seeing the last stuff. This from here forward is all the last stuff we shot for Steve.
Yep.
Whose old car?
Jim's.
Oh, that was Jim's car?
No, that wasn't my car.
That was your white Camry?
No, I think that was Calvo's.
I think that was Calvo's car. My Camry is in No, that is my car. That is my car.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is my car. I think that's my hybrid, yeah. I missed that car.
It is.
I missed that car. That was a great car.
Yeah, this is all at Gabe's
This is
place.
Gabe's
At
now.
WRF Designs in Plainville in the back lot and everything. Oh man, you were brave letting Gabe drive your car.
Yeah.
Gabe is playing the
just did a
Vampire
circle
Hunter's
around the
assistant. Yeah. Gabe is one of our he puppeteers for us. He's acted for us. He's in Josh and Todd. He does a lot of special effects stuff, a lot of art. Yeah.
I feel like when we shot that thing as Steve, I was either like on the hood or on a skateboard being pushed by the car.
Were you?
You were on a skateboard.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And the car was driving forward, and I was rolling on a skateboard trying to get the shot.
That's crazy.
Silly stuff.
That's the Gonzo from the Muppet movie moment right there. That's what. And this is when you guys were on the ground, and me, we were on the ground, and it's like, it was like maybe 8 degrees that night. It was bitter cold. I remember.
Oh yeah,
it was
super
gross.
cold. Yeah.
There's Russ.
That was me.
That was you for the close-up, but in the wide shot, it was Nick's first time puppeteering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you were shooting it, so we had Nick do it. We were like, Mike and Nick had never puppeteered with us.
That is a comfortable puppet.
Yeah, and we were like, who wants to volunteer?
The hair blowing in the wind.
He's long gone now.
Hemingway, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was stupid cold that night. I remember that.
Yeah. That was the shot that was so hard to get. Him coming up like he's out of a coffin. Yeah. A little blurry.
Still look good.
Yeah.
This shot, I wish we had.
I wish we did more coverage on it.
Did a little more coverage on it, yeah.
That's all right. So
You know,
we're getting
though-
close to the end, though, guys.
But that was a lot of, like we've always said,
all filmmaking, though.
Yeah, and this was also our film school. All of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How much have we learned since? You know.
Those are just using the overhead lights outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Elmwood Productions is a group. We've come so far. This and Josh and Todd, and we used so many things have happened, and we've done so many new things. Taking it to different levels now, but I wouldn't change this stuff for the world. You know, like.
Oh, yeah. We should have rhymed there. Would have been funny.
I still get his rhymes like stuck in my head sometimes.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I even said I brought the beer. I brought it right here today, Tricky.
Yeah.
I don't think they drive off with the trunk open. We didn't even think of it. I don't think.
I don't know why we did that, but yeah.
That would have been a dubbing opportunity to dub in, "Hey asshole, you left your trunk open," or something like that.
I don't remember how this goes.
Yeah, I haven't watched this in ages. I don't even remember how. Full disclosure, I have no sound right now, so I don't.
Yeah, you
I can't even hear the
show.
dialogue.
We turned the volume pretty
Oh,
much
it's way down here, yeah, so I can barely hear
But
it.
Drac, Steve convinces Joe the Vampire Hunter that they're Canadian, and that's why they're so pale.
Yes.
Because the sun only shines for once every 6 months in Canada or something. And he's so stupid he falls for it.
But then they kidnap him again, right?
No, that was that. Then Joe the Hunter shows up at the club.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody. They kidnap Steve now, but it's not Joe who kidnaps Steve. It's the vampires who they're initiating him into the club. If we're giving you spoilers right now, you should have watched the fucking show first. Okay?
Yeah, fucking 10 years ago,
It's
you
like
should
it's
have
all
watched
new
the
to
fucking
me.
show.
Who made this? It's
Right?
pretty cool.
And this is inside WRF Designs. From here forward, everything we shot for the last episode was in WRF Designs.
It's a WRF.
It's
Yeah.
these carousel horses, and you'll die from toxic poisoning if you hang out there too long.
Is that what happened to us?
Yeah,
That's
something
it.
to our brains. All that paint chips and everything. They're delicious, though.
They're delicious, though. We all got high on plaster.
Oh my god, that was a great intro, though. Your classic Start Dark.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the light, yeah. Remember, it took a while to just get that.
I remember this night, well, the first night of shooting, which we might have done this the first night.
This was the first night.
And then the second day when we came back was all the fights things and all that.
Yep.
But I remember that was the first time we had Steve's legs and pants
the
there.
overlap, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember when the first time we met Mike, he came in the room and he was such a fanboy for us. He stopped and looked at Steve has legs, like to himself. And I heard him say it, and I was like, "Oh man, here we go. Shit, he's gonna be all right." You know. But yeah, that's the first time you saw Steve's legs was right there.
Just let me out. I'll do anything you want.
Yeah. And then the interesting like that.
Creepy.
Pulls the blindfold off and he gets his
We had to
focus
work
back.
whatever cheap iMovie effects we had.
Was this iMovie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was definitely
years ago.
iMovie.
We have Photoshop or After Effects Pro.
This was I didn't know if you had moved up to Premiere by then.
No, I had done Gamers on Final Cut,
Okay.
but
All the cheapest
this was all iMovie. Yeah.
iMovie? Fucking iMovie was
Original
great, man.
iMovie.
I don't care.
Yeah.
iMovie was great.
before they
Hey
added all
man,
this stuff.
for what you pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, everything is Premiere and things like that now, but like, yeah, we
All Josh and Todd was done that.
on iMovie, I knew that. Yeah. Look at this. Oh man. And this is the beginning of the sponsorship from PBR, and that's why Ray is wearing a PBR button on his shirt because that was part of the deal.
That's right. We had to show.
We had to show the logo.
And I mean, this is before we had true digital photos too.
Yeah, this
I
was digital
still
tape.
running on tape.
DV
yeah.
tape. Yeah.
Yep. Converting everything over. So
I love one thing I love about Joe's album is that he gives 110%.
Commits
At
completely.
every
Yeah,
take,
he's-
and that voice hurt his throat, and he never stopped doing it.
Well, no,
Like,
he's a. You never had to worry about Joe. You never had to worry about Joe.
I'm just cracking up right
This
now.
was super cheesy, man.
Yeah, you never had to worry about Joe not bringing it though. Yeah.
Exactly.
The point, right?
Yeah. He did it with Josh and Todd. He did it with writing. He always was there. Oh,
Absolutely
God.
spectacular.
The garlic eyes is my favorite. Right there, just garlic eyes with the puppet size. I still have
Broadsword.
Yeah.
Yes.
They cut their heads all up. I still have one floating around like in bins. And it worked.
And it worked. And it worked.
I forgot about that.
And the garlic cola makes a comeback. I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh yes.
Oh, the slow mo.
Oh, classic.
Screening when this first premiered, we're like, oh, this fight came through. Like, they were genuinely disturbed and still laughing. It was great.
Well, that was the idea. Like,
And then he's saving Steve. He's so
Doesn't
stupid.
know. Right.
He still thinks he's the Canadian kid. What were you say, Russell?
well, that was the thing to mix like a little bit of horror with like just ridiculous slapstick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was very Peter Jackson-esque.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very splatter.
Somewhere between Ed Wood and early Peter Jackson. With a
There he is.
touch of the Muppets.
I've
That,
been wanting to watch Dead Alive again.
I
Lately.
just watched that recently. It's on
Watched Bad Taste not too long ago, actually,
Bad
and I
Taste is on
thought of
Tubi
you.
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I watch Head on Tubi once in a blue moon, just like let it play so I get the view. And it recommends Bad Taste,
Ah, there it is.
Meet
Oh,
the
good.
Feebles, and Dead
Ah, the
Alive.
puppet.
The Joe Calvo vampire puppet is so much fun.
So now, if you ever want to become a puppet, you have to become a vampire first.
Right. Exactly. And I remember Joe was struggling with the puppetry. So puppetry while he said the lines live. And it worked out really good.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. Faints like a wuss. Yeah, there it is. You fainted.
Drac saved the day. Oh, and this ass smells vampire.
This ass is now the vampire. The only thing I will say about Steve, there wasn't a lot of cursing. Yeah.
No, there really wasn't. There was a little bit here and there. It was all completely
Made sense at the moment, so.
yeah. And honestly, it would
We wanted to
It
go
would-
PG-13. That was
it would TV 13 today.
The
So
end, huh?
Yeah. We should end
Nice
twice,
shot.
too. This
Paris, right?
is the roof at the gallery, yeah.
Yeah.
This
I remember this. I think this was the very last thing we
Ground,
shot.
This
Down
is
the sidewalk.
yeah. This was the very last thing we ever shot for Steve the Vampire. Right?
Yeah.
Was that? And ladies and gentlemen, that was Steve the
That's
Vampire.
Nice.
God damn. You know what? Even without dialogue, it still stands up really well.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's the like credits with every episode, yeah.
No, I just put like we were just making generic episodes for the credits
Yeah.
for this. Like it says here, if you want to see all the credits.
Pixies on the end.
No, we can't. Simon
2006.
Sinister at the end.
Well, that's good too. We like Simon.
2006 was the year I moved into my
Good song,
house.
Yeah. 2006 was the year I got divorced.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because you were still.
I was in
the apartment
Plainville,
when we
yeah.
started doing all that.
And I had moved into Plainville. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. You had a little apartment.
And the little apartment where Tricky and I were neighbors.
Dude, I loved that apartment.
That was the whole.
I loved that Plainville apartment, man.
Yeah, so we've watched the whole thing of Steve the Vampire. 20 years of Elmwood, 20 years of Steve. Like, any last thoughts? Anything you guys want to go over? All of you guys all have your moment here.
I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't give it back at all. That was awesome. It was awesome. It was a really good time.
I really enjoyed rewatching everything. It's been a while since some of that stuff was fresh to me, and it looked a lot better than I remember it at the time. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it definitely holds up. Like it's
Hey,
still
Russ,
enjoyable today.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ, do you watch it now and go, oh, we could put a shot in right there, and we could put a shot in right there, and oh, that would look good if we did. Yeah, I still do.
I was literally watching it like it was a new TV series I've never seen. Next. Oh my, the anticipation.
But no, that was awesome. That was awesome. Not a bad way to spend an hour and 1 minute and 57 seconds.
No, like
Make it happen.
Good times were had by all, you know. Like,
I think when we were editing that, we'd watched it so many times over and over and over again that I had to just kind of like walk away from it for a little bit. But...
Oh, I agree. I mean, I have no I have no memory of You're all disappearing.
Yeah, fuzzy. You know. Now I feel like I'm an 80s video.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
Yeah, for me, like it was just like, you know, looking back on these with you guys and watching them with you guys tonight was just like we did so much so quickly, you know, back then. You get there with these huge breaks. Like it took us 6 years to make those 12 episodes because it was done in fits and starts, which was good because it was more fun. Like to just kind of break it up like that. And we were doing other projects too. And like,
you know, that's a really good point about Steve. Was it really
it wasn't like a
high pressure?
Yeah.
Like a lot of our other projects were higher pressure, but Steve
we had
was
like
never
1 week
high
to
pressure.
shoot 5 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
With this, we
pretty much just did it because it was fun.
Yeah, and as we
It's what
came up with
wanted
them,
to do,
as we came up with them, we did them.
I mean, we did everything because it was what we wanted.
It's how we still do things, which is cool.
I don't think we ever really got pushed into any projects we didn't want to do for the most part. But
one thing I can say, just in the past 7 years of Elmwood, is anytime we've done something that like our hearts weren't fully into, we'll give it our all. We all watch it back after and go, we shouldn't have wasted our time with that. Like,
sure.
A couple little one-offs we've done where it's just like, but we wanted to get something done, get something out there. And you know, Steve was never that kind of project though. Steve was always like, we want Steve's mom, we want
it was fun to do. It was like, yes, we get to do another.
We're doing another Steve finally, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we were done, unlike other projects that we've worked on that we're happy with, and you know that we were, you know, that we saw all the way through, Steve wasn't one of those ones that was like, oh, finally, Steve, I'm sick of him, I'm done.
Right.
It was that Steve was always something where it's like, God, I could revisit that again.
Yeah, we could go back and do more Steve if we wanted to, but
yeah.
Can we go back and do the whole commentary as cats?
I can't see why not.
Yeah.
2020 pandemic lifestyle, like doing shit. This is what we're at now.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, anything else you guys want to go over before we wrap it up tonight?
No.
Anybody want to thank or any shout outs or anything?
Everybody that we worked with.
Who worked with us for the most part, and anybody who actually didn't work with us but still sat down and watched the entire series.
Yes.
Huge props to all you. Thank you.
Yeah, without you guys on both ends, we're nobody. So thank you for
all the supporters out there watching this stuff.
Yeah.
We made this for us, but if you liked it, then that's awesome.
Yeah, because we know if we like it, somebody else will. So that's always a good thing. Yeah, thank you to all the friends and family and fans and All right, any final words for any of you guys before we call it a night, ladies and gentlemen? 20 years of Elmwood.
Crazy. No, that's it.
Peace out, C-Trap.
20 more years? Oh, man. Let's do this. Let's do it. All right, so thank you all for joining us tonight for this crazy-ass commentary. Russ, Jim, Pete, thank you guys for being here with me. And to anyone watching, we're going to do a few more of these throughout the year, so stay tuned. And thank you for being part of the Elmwood party for the past 20 years. And like Tricky said, here's to 20 more. Everyone.
Good night.
I could be your vampire king!
Yeah, I need to get out more.